rewarding, a little bit more pack of a punch to it. You get that little damage as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's some
lovely,
super nice DMRs in this game. Like you can get like into it, and we're trying to make this, and that's what the kinesthetic is about. Right? It's this layer on top, trying to get into this dance, which is hilarious because the guy that sort of leads this system, he's a former dancer.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Really?
So it's all about the experience. He's super good. Shout out.
The more you know.
That makes sense. But that does also kind of lend to the overall gunplay, the combat. Everything feels a little bit more like it's like a synergy to it almost.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
I mean, it's an ecosystem of of second to second action.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm curious, like moving forward, obviously with the Battlefield Labs and everything, you guys have gotten a great amount of data already just from the playtests that have happened, and now with the beta on the horizon.
Yeah.
How close are you guys going to be tackling balance within the weapons if something starts to kind of take over and look like maybe it's a bit too overpowered?
Yeah.
How quickly are you guys ready to respond to things like that?
Yeah, I mean, for now, what people did here yesterday when they prepped for this event, right? We have 4 hours of min-maxing with basically pros.
Yeah.
We already downloaded that data. It's going over to be checked. Like we really want to, and then we want to be able to react like during the open beta, hopefully, to something if we find something, and that's going to continue. It's super important to us to get like into the vibe of. There's always a little bit you have to fix this thing, just iterate.
I don't think it's as much of a concern, in Battlefield historically compared to a lot of other titles when it comes down to gunplay and like a certain type of gun dominating the market. But it's good to see that there's still going to be that little bit of plug and play with changing some stats on a weapon if it starts becoming like a meta weapon that's just kind of taking over servers.
We have to, because like we have you've seen the point system, right, for customization.
Right.
That enables us to go super deep.
Yeah.
Right, and there's bound to be something in there where I use it on this weapon, it goes a little bit too good on this direction, or it's too cheap. You can combine it with something else, so it becomes too
Would
good.
you guys be looking at adjusting the prices of those attachments?
So it's like an economy to it, right? So this is really good on this weapon.
Yeah.
Jack it up a little bit.
Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. By the way, also do want to let everyone know right now, we're actually looking at a new map in Battlefield 6, which everything's going to be new relatively, but this one is particularly nice for me because this is Empire State, and as a New Yorker, this map is awesome.
You're from New York? I've
never mentioned it before on broadcast in my 15 years work, and never said it before. You can't even hear it in my voice.
Wild.
I asking about this map here, just about like the areas in general that you guys wanted to do. What were some of the things that you were looking to prioritize getting ready for Battlefield 6? Because it feels like there's good variety with a lot of the maps.
Yeah, we really tried to have like a style to the map, right? So if some of the Iberian offensive maps they just played that before this one, that is a cat and mouse map, right? It's light armor versus infantry and a lot of destruction and ups and verticality and all of that kind of stuff. This is just straight urban. There's little vehicles on this map, but there's a lot of destruction and a lot of verticality areas, and it has a bunch of long-range, snipe areas, and you will see. It's really cool. We're trying to make it feel very different. So you're like, I'm in Brooklyn now. This is, this is the game now. I'll be this class. I'll go for these weapons.
And I'm already seeing how accessible most of these buildings are as well. Like just then Westy, I think, was like in his building and then getting shot from across the way. You're seeing so much of it. Again, you kind of think maybe it'd be close range, close quarters, depending on that. But no, you've actually got, as you said, a lot of range coming in as well. A lot of that kind of like 100 meters assault rifle sort of area.
And we're trying also very hard to make, obviously that's like how to get like the cover placement right. And there needs to be in Battlefield, we've realized, because this map was a map with too much cover on it for a little phase. Would right? You need open areas, you need the dangerous.
That cross,
you need the risk.
like that. Yeah,
exactly.
So you need to make the decision, do I carry a smoke here and use it to cross, or I don't, and I potentially get shot up. Turn
the shotguns, man. They're learning fast.
I have been seeing all of our pro players running around with shotguns as the secondary, and they've been putting in work.
But again, though, you look at where he's playing, it's close. He's kind of holding that choke across the road as well. It feels like it's very specific. Like, obviously, that range drop-off will be there. Yeah, but a chip damage, but he still gets pushed. It's not like a one-bit, like, wins all fight.
No,
right?
and once they realized the SMG counter to
oh my God. You've already worked that out internally?
We've been here.
I've been in that position.
Last question before we let you go, Dave. I asked the guys earlier about the things that they want players to know, but I know for you, you came back to this franchise. I guess the question I would like to ask and give you an opportunity, why are you here to do this again? Like, what makes Battlefield so special that it drew you back yet again?
They asked me, hey, do you want to come back and make the best Battlefield ever? you know, sure, if I get to prioritize combat, gunplay, labs before launch. There we are.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing, man.
Well, on behalf of everyone, thank you.
Yeah, nice one.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
We are very much looking forward to seeing what's to come. David, thank you so much for your time. By the way, appreciate you. The legend, David Sirlin, here with us. And of course, I'm sure people could chat with you online, or they'll be seeing more of you in the future.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. All right, well, there you heard from David. And we're, of course, going to have plenty more devs coming up on the show here in just a little bit. So do not fret. We'll have tons of questions for them. And it's great, too, because, you know, we're kind of just... They just wanted to chat, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't like, oh, I got talking points. All our devs just want to chat about this awesome game. I mean, and can you blame them? Because they've been holding on to this for God knows how long since it's been in development. And years. You know, you talk to everybody and say, how do you feel now that it's out there? And they're just so elated. It's got to be one of the most cathartic feelings in the world, just finally having this thing, your baby that you've been, you know, fostering and growing the last several years, finally out into the open. Where the public can, you know, have reactions to it. And the reactions so far are looking great. Yeah, and out in a big way, because this, look, we've talked about it a lot of times, and, you know, cannot stress enough, like, this feels like, if you like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, oh man, that's good. This is up your alley. This is your jam. But also, if you're a World War I, like, Battlefield 1 fan, right, you like that gameplay. I was talking to Pool Shark earlier and a couple of the other guys, and they were saying, like, yeah, you know what, it's got that vibe too, you know, like, where, obviously it's not the same thing, because, you know, the settings are very different. But like just just how clean the weapons are, how accessible everything is, like all that stuff is just so critical to Battlefield.
Just give me a bolty, I'll be fine. I'll pretend it's a Car 98, no worries. You
know,
I'm good.
So you're just a simple person, you know. You're good.
Holy fuck, Stone.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's working it.
He's trying to hold it down.
One behind us, Mid.
They got themselves still in a good position, though.
And a res.
Hey, and it's my boy Mid.
Tarek's locked in here. He's got a nice little spot. No,
he's on fire. He's on fire.
I think Myth is going to try and go for the res there, too. I want to see if we can get Myth's POV. Yeah, look at it. Hear him right now. He's like, I'm going to revive.
Donald's got to take that space away, though. It's a choke point, right? He's kind of choked out right now.
Might be a reset.
Yeah. Save
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No.
Good try. Good try.
That'll be a squad wide. That's a chance to catch up.
It certainly is.
They're still dominating, though. And what's also fun is that in the trailer, probably saw some items and utility that is not going to be available in the beta, but will be, from what we were told by the devs in the full game. That ramp, for example.
That seems crazy to me. That seems crazy.
Because I was seeing Paladin Amber try and get up, and I was like, you know what would help here?
Yeah, combat ladder.
That combat ladder, you know, that'd be great.
Yeah, there's a couple things that, you know, they said they're going to be, you know, kind of getting scattered into the game as time goes on. Whether or not that's going to be at launch, a time afterward, you know, with a Season 1 update, uncertain. But I do love that those things are on the horizon and that they can always, you know, bring in more things, even if it's, you know, util and tech that we saw from the past. Zip lines, hello, would love to see the return of those. And right now, as it stands, basically everything's in the cards. Like, anything could happen.
Yeah, that's kind of been the vibe that we've gotten from talking to all the devs over the course of the last couple of days, because we've had opportunities to yap with them about this stuff, and it really just feels like it's you know, anything's possible. All right, which that's a nice feeling, you know, especially with a game that has so much history as Battlefield does, so many things that have been featured in this game in the past. Pansy, it's like, yeah, it makes sense.
And again, it's one of those things that Battlefield in its various iterations has appealed in totally different ways to different people. Like someone that kind of like more slow, methodical pacing, someone a little bit more, you know, paciness to it. It's hard to appeal to everything, but it does feel as though they're giving you the option of that now. It's like, hey, maybe I actually end up just really liking these maps a little more than the Conquest, you know, classic 64-player style. But there's something, it feels like, for everyone. You know, at least to my eye test so far.
Yeah. You know what I would do in this situation if all these guys, I'd just grab a rocket launcher and blow something up. And I mean, it's kind of my solution for everything.
I feel that a lot of people are doing that. You get that grenade launcher as well on the assault. Go for it.
Break up those buildings there, so that this way you're not having to deal with, you know, that cover.
Well,
right?
Also, because you're trying to get up those stairs.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You got that verticality against you as well. It's difficult. You've got to start having to use some of that kit to kind of break in.
Yeah, there's so many tools available to you in this game for all the different classes. And it's fun, too, because I love playing Engineer, and even in circumstances like this, where, like, you know, squad deathmatch, maybe playing Engineer might not be the most helpful for, like, particular things, but it will be helpful if you want to try and, like, breakthrough stuff. He wants to try and like create more vantage points for you, points of entry. You know, yeah. There's a lot of things you can do with this.
We're into a fresh one, and oh, we got Seagull in the lobby here. Burnt Peanut though with that opening kill.
They won their last DM as well. I'm pretty sure Burnt Peanut came out.
So you guys didn't get a chance to hear the interview, but Hutch was talking to Aliak and just flat out said, "I'm playing with bots." Was what he said.
That's wild.
So that is hilarious.
Yeah, we're in Conquest. Look at the top.
We've just pivoted over. So yeah, this is a Conquest on Empire State. So now we expanded out the map. Obviously, we have those smaller points that you go into when you zoom in down towards team deathmatch or squad deathmatch. Now we open things up, and this is going to be the full map.
This is what I want to see, is how different does this look, right? We just had that very close quarters, TDM style, up in your face. Now, as you said, opens up. Oh, this looks gorgeous.
Yeah. I mean, this looks just like I used to live there, you know?
That's my house.
Oh, that's my spot. It's my cafe. You know?
But it kind of rolling back to what they were saying, though, there's still that little bit of open area where you have to kind of, go for these crosses. You can see that suppressing fire, even a little bit of a tag coming in as well on the cross. It isn't just that, like, really close quarters. There is now a bit of range to it. You can start seeing that versatility of weaponry as well. Beautiful res. That was a beautiful
You love to see it.
Drop down res coming through, get him right back into the action.
There's that LMG, a little bit heavier.
I think the biggest question that we probably should have asked the devs was how many pizzerias do we have in the map?
True.
Yeah, it's very true.
Pizzerias and donut shops.
Oh, it's heavy.
Oh, yeah, it's a toughie. You can't play that close range with the LMG. And I think, like, don't get me wrong, you can do anything in Battlefield, truly. But you also got to know where those limitations are. Where are going to be some of the things that might screw you up and potentially throw you off, things like that. Pretty cool.
Oh, let's try it. Yeah.
I think people are learning as well, kind of the, like, almost chess match. Of like, okay, my weapon works here. My class works really well here. But if I go to X or Y, then it starts, maybe I fall off in range, maybe I don't have that capability to take